Ever wonder if those jokes professors crack in lectures are like actually part of the lesson plan?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes they are.
Yeah. See, I always wondered about that, like, is it just to wake us up or?
Well, there's actually quite a bit of thought that can go into that. We've got this article here all about using humor in faculty lectures.
Okay, interesting. So there's what, like a strategy to it?
You would say that, yeah. It's not just about getting a laugh, it can really help students learn.
Hmm. I guess I never thought about it like that. So how does that work?
Well, think about it. What do you remember better? Something that was just like straight facts or something that made you laugh?
Yeah, okay, I get that. If it's funny, you're more likely to remember it.
Exactly. It acts as a memory hook. And there's research to back this up. Studies have shown that students who are exposed to humor in lectures tend to remember the material better.
Wow, so it's not just a theory. They've actually done studies on this.
Right. Like, one study found that students who watched a lecture with some humor in it, they were able to remember the stuff better a week later compared to the folks who just got the dry lecture.
So it was like a legit teaching tool.
Exactly. And it's not just about remembering. Humor can also make students more engaged and motivated.
Right, because if you're laughing, you're probably paying more attention.
Yeah, exactly. But it's not like you can just throw any old joke in there. The timing and placement of the humor is important, too. It's strategic.
That makes sense. Like if you're in the middle of a complicated explanation, maybe a little joke could give everyone a break.
Right, a little mental refresh. Or you could use a joke to introduce a new concept to kind of pique their interest.
So where you put the joke matters as much as the joke itself.
Totally. And here's another thing, something the article points out that I found really interesting. You need empathy to make humor work in a lecture.
Empathy. Okay, now that's kind of surprising. I mean, I always thought it was just about being funny.
Well, yeah, being funny helps, but to really connect with your students, you got to understand their perspective, their experiences, what they find funny.
I guess that makes
Huh.
sense. A joke that works for one class might totally bomb with another.
Exactly. And if you can tap into that shared understanding, you create a connection with your students, and then they're more likely to be engaged.
Hmm. It's like building rapport through humor.
Precisely.
Hmm.
But the article also talks about this PCP joke.
Oh, yeah, the one where the same joke got totally different reactions depending on the class.
Exactly. One class thought it was hilarious, the other was like, huh.
Shows you how unpredictable humor can be.
It does. But the point is, even if a joke bombs, it's not the end of the world.
It's not like you gotta, like, stop the lecture and apologize.
Right. Just keep going. As long as you're not going off on tangents all the time, a little humor here and there can really help, even if it doesn't always land.
Yeah, because even a bad joke is kind of like a break from the serious stuff.
Right. And ideally, the joke isn't just for laughs, it's also to make a point. Like, remember the example they gave in the article? Time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana.
Ah, yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
It's funny, but it also makes you think about, like, the different meanings of words.
Exactly. And it's the kind of thing that sticks with you. So you're getting the laugh, but you're also reinforcing the concept.
And the article said that these kinds of jokes can also, like, connect students to the culture of their field.
Yeah. Like little inside jokes that show them they're becoming part of something.
So it's about finding those jokes that are both funny and insightful.
Absolutely. Oh, and one last thing I wanted to mention. The article really stressed authenticity.
So, like, don't try to be someone you're not.
Exactly. Students can spot a fake a mile away. The best humor comes from a genuine place. If you're genuinely excited about your subject, the humor will come through naturally.
Like, if you're having fun, the students are more likely to have fun too. So it's not about becoming a stand-up comedian. It's more about just letting your own personality come through in your teaching.
Exactly. And even if you don't think you're a naturally funny person, just a little effort can make a big difference.
Yeah, it's all about making the classroom a more engaging and positive place. So, to wrap it up, a little strategic humor in lectures can really boost student engagement, make things more memorable, and even build that connection between teacher and student.
And if you're in higher ed, well, you know where to find the perfect job to try out your new comedic skills right.
Academicjobs.com, right? They've got all the research and science jobs from professorships to research positions, so you can find the perfect fit for your teaching style.
And maybe even your sense of humor.
Exactly. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the surprisingly complex world of lecture hall humor. And remember, keep those jokes coming.
But not too many.
Right. Just enough to make learning fun.
Exactly.
See you next time.
See?